Hey, what's up, everyone? It's astrologer Eric Rosen for your Viking Rising Weekly Horoscope for Sunday, May 28th through June 3rd, 2023. You know what? I wish I had more positive, edgy news for you this week. Like, you're going to get the Jack and the Beanstalk moment, the things that you're wanting to have change in your life or you're wanting to have happen, like wanting that big payoff and the lucrative gains, but that's not the week that we're in. We haven't really been in those weeks or those months for a long time. This is a fuck ton of Taurus that we've been in, and we're still in more of that. This is all about building the foundation in your life, planting the seeds, like building the bricks, like taking the steps to like make your life positive. Definitely you want to stay optimistic like through this time and not get caught up in the chasing shiny objects and just like that quick payoff. Have conversations with people that are positive and stimulating, but also honest. Now, there can be a payoff later on, especially I would say, and who knows, there can be randomness that drops in if you're showing up and expressing yourself through this building process of whatever it is you're creating in life, with a project, a money situation, a job, a career, a relationship, whatever it is. If you can express courage through that, yeah, there's some good karma in that shit. There's goodness in that. But you know what? It's the people that, want to hide. I hate to say it, but it's the people that like have to have like the quick orgasmic, like edgy stuff still, like with money, or even just getting the edginess from being overstimulated by social media, or just, anything that is like not of a more harmonious, natural, vibration. This is like a week of reminding yourself, Sun in Gemini, it's like, take care of your environment. Like, it should be a positive stimulation, not like a negative stimulation. It's like the moment that you find yourself reacting to a situation and stepping into some negative bullshit with your thoughts for more than 7 seconds, it's like, call a timeout and be like, okay, like, what was that trigger? And then look at that thing and go, is this a pattern in my life? Has this been showing up for a long time? And if so, like, get the holy water out, like, take care of that shit, because this is the stuff, this is like, the bugs that, or something that people, like the farmers don't like, the animals that like get on the crops and like destroy the crops. And they're like, well, how do I keep them out? It's like, if I build a fence, they just go through the holes or they drop in through the top. This is a metaphor for your mind. Like, those thoughts might drop in, but it's like, what is it that you need to spray it with? I'd say the miracle grow for growing the things in your life, protecting the negativity of your thoughts, is having a connection with the divine, of knowing that, yeah, I am channeling the best things in my life. I am building the best things. No, I'm not doing this with a broken, wounded ego, and if you've been doing that, it's time to call time out on that shit and fucking go over to the drawing board, fucking MJ Phil Jackson style, and rehash that shit, because you've got a championship caliber skill set within you. You've got it with your guides, you've got it with your angels. Like, there's nothing stopping you, like, flat out. Like, we could make all the excuses in the book, about especially shit from the past, but even, like how the past couple of years have went, or how something out in the world fucked you or whatever. And it's like, none of that stuff matters. It's like the antidote is true positivity in the stuff that you're building. Now, you don't want it to just be like, oh yeah, everything's going to be great, I'm going to watch Netflix for 18 hours and it's not rooted in fact, and they're coming to take away the furniture and you're behind on your rent or some shit, like that type of thinking, or, maybe someone is like wealthy. It's like, oh, everything's going to be good. It's like, we're going to counseling, me and the wife. It's like, it's tense, but we're going, it's going to work. It's like, well, have you tried talking to her? Like, have you tried speaking to her between sessions? Like, is it going cold? It's like, it's like, concern yourself with the major stuff this week of like, is the approach working? If it's not, innovate it. If you've already been innovating it and practicing the positivity and it's not getting fixed, it's probably not going to get fixed. And you've known that for a long time, but you're like putting this shit off. And I'm just going to be real, just like a lot of people put off their bullshit before CV happened, and then all it splatted in their fucking face and led them to a better place, gave them the lesson that they needed to go to, you know, the stuff they weren't paying attention to when we went into lockdowns and shit. But this is where you don't want to get into a lockdown of your soul, especially when all these planets go retrograde. Saturn goes retrograde in the middle of the next month. Pluto goes back into Capricorn, and then it's, you know, a retrograde party is not a fun party, because you know what it is? It's where the skating rink's been taken over by the old folks, which is kind of sweet, you know, don't get me wrong. Like watching, you know, an old couple slow dance fucking skating on the, you know, it used to be called Fun Spot, the skating rink where I lived. And it's like, that's awesome and all, but the golden years and like that analogy is like knowing that like you've already lived your life. Like you've lived your life, like you made the kids, you created your life, and now you're just like enjoying the fact that like you get to experience the fruits of your labor and just experience like a slower version of life. And so we're already experiencing that slow version now, but it's at least like with the excitement of knowing like, okay, I know that every step that I take that's positive and makes sense for my life, my reality, my family, my health, my wealth is building me to a better place. Whereas like people think, oh, I got free will, I can do it whenever I want, I'll find the right timing. It's like, that's why we have astrologies, for the divine timing, to let you know that all these planets are going to go retrograde, especially starting with Saturn middle of next month. And you think that you can change things, and really you're just reaping what you've been sowing with all these planets that have mostly been direct. Right now, it's only Pluto retrograde. Even Mercury came out of retrograde a couple weeks ago. So, you know, don't get caught with your pants down, you know, like, I don't know why I need to say this, but especially to the guys, it's like, stop being a thirsty fucking asshole. Build your life. Be a good role model. You know, if you're a woman and you're getting the creepy fucking text on your phone and you're enjoying that attention, stop being a fucking harlot. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. It's basically a siren. You know, and call you motherfuckers out. Those of you that are building your life, like, thank you. Like, please, like, keep it going, because trust me, like, even though this is the simple life, even though it may not seem like it's like, you know, even the edginess of like blood, sweat, and tears, like going hard, like David Goggins energy or something, or, you know, you're not getting like IG famous or something, or you have your own reality TV show of what you're building in your life. So fucking what? Because the greatness is that positivity and that vibration you're putting out, that shit is contagious. That shit is a butterfly effect of like a 50-mile radius from where you're building your life, in your home and your work environment and stuff like that. So sometimes people get caught up in their fucking spiritual, you know, ego, like narcissism, the spiritual narcissist, of thinking they need to be like recognized and seen for like being spiritual, or they need to, you know, fucking like be recognized in some way. Like Pluto and Capricorn's like teaching us we're dumb fucks for thinking that. Like the upper echelon of Capricorn is reaching for the heavens and bringing down what the heavens want us to create here on earth. Do you think God's like, like go get 50,000 IG followers or whatever? He doesn't care either way, because he doesn't, you know, but it's like your soul created an experience that it wanted to come have here in this lifetime. And so like, if you're not skating within the wide boundaries that you have within your free will, well, there's always consequences. It's karma. You know, when Saturn goes retrograde, especially in Pisces, it can be a weepy central. And when we get, especially in the July next year, people can feel like things are unfair. And it's like, I would start practicing a sense of mastery now through the building process, and to not like freak yourself out about the world or what's coming, or, you know, little things, big things. It's like the little things to the biggest things can iron themselves out in life, especially towards the end of this week, if you just relax and keep taking the steps forward. And I'd say especially the last thing I'm gonna throw in here is like knowing your human design, so you stop coming from this space. It'll go a lot better. Look that shit up too. Love y'all. Have a great week.